Ladies, grab your pens and papers and get ready to take some notes because I'm going to give you some life advice when it comes to dealing with men that could one day save your life. And that life advice is going to be stop conflating arrogance for confidence, because men that are arrogant often appear to be confident until you peel back the layers like an onion and you see that arrogance stems from a place of insecurity, whereas a confident man is going to come from a place of humility. It's not going to be insecure because he's built himself. And the reason I bring any of this up is because of the story that we're going to cover today. I just see too many young girls out there willing to be exploited for money, and I see too many fully grown men taking advantage of those young and exploitable women. This is Elliot Winter. Apparently he is an actor, a photographer, and a voice artist. At this point, you're probably thinking, James, why are you making a video about a guy who is a photographer and voice actor? Well, that's what he appears to be on the surface. However, allegedly below that, he might potentially be forcing women into busy highways, crowded highways. Cars going really slow bumper to bumper through a school zone. Do you guys pick up where I'm putting down? I can't say the word. Hopefully you're getting it. According to his biography, Elliot is known as a man of many passions, never-ending visions, and a true drive for success and happiness. Oh, he also has a white knight complex, as his wife likes to call it. In other words, he wants to try to save and fix everyone he meets in this twisted little world. Elliot first came to fame on TikTok in the year 2020 or 2021. I'm not quite sure which era of TikTok he came up in, but it was around that time period. His first taste of that sweet nectar we call internet clout came when he started posting his content on his TikTok with him and a bunch of young girls. They went by The Beast and the Bells. If you're thinking that any of this formula of content sounds familiar, then I think you can think Andrew Tate, and then I think from there you can think the knockoff Andrew Tate, Apollo Stone 1776. Also, by the way, if you know about all that drama, Sky actually reached out to me on TikTok and said thank you for making the video to bring awareness, and she's doing well. The reason he blew up so quickly in infamy is because he caught the ire of the kink talk community, who noticed that he was being rough with these girls and could potentially end up hurting one of them. Now, if you know about the kink community, one thing you're probably going to learn is that a lot of people enjoy physical pain. A lot of people out there enjoy having their airflow restricted and their blood temporarily blocked from reaching their brain. However, when it comes to the more dangerous side, such as breath play, you really have to be careful because you could permanently injure your partner, and that is a road that no one wants to go down. In this clip, you're going to see Elliot grab this woman by her throat, apply pressure around her neck, and slowly lower her to the floor where the dog begins to jump all over her. You could say that this is a consenting act between two consenting adults where he lowered her to the ground after choking her out. Fine, okay, make that argument. However, what I want to draw attention to is the bruises on her legs, because if you were to spank somebody, the kneecap is kind of a weird spot to do it, and I guess you could make the argument that this could be like harness BDSM play. However, why are the harness or the leg straps, whatever, so tight that you're actually causing bruises on these women? Now, if this is your thing to do in your bedroom with your partner, then go for it. No shaming you there. However, when you turn on a camera and record it and put it out on the internet for other people to see, how does that make you feel as a man? Because if that is what you need to make you feel like a man, putting a small woman in her place or on the ground by a use of physical force, then that just screams that you're not a man in the first place. Again, I don't want it to seem like I'm bashing anyone in a dom-sub relationship, as I have firsthand experience with those myself. However, I have never felt the need to choke my partner out on the ground, on camera, to show the world. Like, that's supposed to be something intimate between two people, unless you're Corn star. It was at this point when people really started to take notice of Elliot and what was going on. People would notate that there seemed to be a revolving door of women coming in and out of his life. The first and most notable woman to leave Elliot's life is a woman that goes online by the name Crimson, and here's what she has to say about Elliot.
You know, it's really frustrating when everybody's like, why hasn't he been arrested? Why hasn't he been arrested? Because I honestly don't know. Like, I'm just wondering how many cases are just sitting there. Because that podcast that we showed from 2017 with that victim, she went to the police. She filed a police report. She didn't get to make it to the prosecutor. Like, how long and how many cases have they just been sitting on?
To anyone that has been assaulted, whether it be physical, emotional, whatever, doesn't matter. If there is a crime that takes place, please, for the love of God, report it to the police, because if there's no paper trail, it never happened. And that's the unfortunate reality of the world that we live in. So please push through the emotions, do the right thing for other women in the future, or other men in the future, or whoever is doing the bad stuff. We have to stop them.
Because he threatens, and he threatens, and he has blackmail on all these women, and that's why they're afraid to speak up. Like, some have, like, left and changed their names so he can't fucking find them. Like, he has files of proof of prostitution, and if a girl ever speaks out, he'll send that to the police to get them arrested, or he'll sue them for defamation, or whatever. Like, he threatens them to keep them quiet, but people have still gone to the cops, and the cops haven't cared about this trafficking until now. Like, how many lives could have been saved? Like, it's just really upsetting.
It really makes you think, why do police seem to have all the time in the world to stop people over petty traffic violations, but when you go to them with evidence or claims of abuse, they tend to just sweep it under the rug and do nothing? It's almost like they don't want to get their hands dirty. You're a police officer. This is your job. You need to step up and execute the job that you were hired to do. This isn't the only video of Crimson up on TikTok. However, I cannot play them as the subject of the material is a very sensitive subject that starts with R, and I'm not talking about that on YouTube, so I love you guys. Moving past that, there is a video where a young woman is restrained to a chair. Elliot then announces that he's going to get a plastic bag. She starts to freak out because he says that it's going to be for breath play. Basically, what he's going to do is take this plastic bag and put it over this young woman's head. She does not seem comfortable in the video with it, even though she managed to get out a yeah. However, it didn't feel like a genuine yes. It felt more like coercion just to go ahead and get it over with. I want everyone to understand that with this video, I am not making any allegations. I am simply doing research into a topic that I feel has been overlooked. I just want everyone to know that anything that I say in this video is my own personal opinion and should not be taken as a claim or a reason to sue me in court. So for this next clip that I'm going to play, I am going to absolutely be demonetized for. However, I still think it's extremely important to get this person's voice and word out. However, with this video being demonetized, if you guys ever want to, I don't know, donate to the channel, throw super things, come be a member, that would be great. Thank you.
Before you watch this video, there's a massive trigger warning, so just be cautious. I'm gonna give you guys a video, talk about it, and then ask your guys' opinions.
All of a sudden, you're kicking ass. You don't have hardly anything left. You got like 4 pounds left after this. What?
The girl at the forefront of this video is named Andy, and in this clip, she is watching back what happened to her at the hands of Elliot, and you can clearly see that she is visibly distressed.
So what isn't shown is the man in the video putting a in my head, forcing me to consent to this. I was tied down to a chair and got the out of me, and I, for one, never wanted to be tied down. He knew that, but again, he does what he wants. Keep in mind, this was my first play session. What I'm not showing you is my lower half, which is severely bruised, and I'm bleeding. It's not good. Another thing that you guys aren't seeing is the seizure that I had quickly after I told him to stop rolling. So this is just a part of one story that I'll be sharing with you guys.
If any of the girls that have dealt with Elliot happen to watch this video, then I want to say that I am so sorry for what all of you went through. Moving away from Andy, we're going to take a look at what Honey Buns has to say about her time that she spent with Elliot.
At first, he used floggers on me, he used paddles, he used whips, and then there were the canes, which is not my thing. I like a swat on the behind, but canes are on a different level, and I think I pissed him off by not being bothered by the floggers. And so by the time we got to the canes, he was hitting me extremely hard. I was screaming and crying and convulsing, and my teeth were chattering. So he had his alpha comfort me and tell me that I was doing great and it was gonna be okay, because he didn't want to hear the neighbors and he didn't want the other neighbors to hear my screams from him savagely beating me when I had asked for it to stop. He knew that I could not take any more. I have never been in so much pain.
It is one thing to do BDSM with a partner in a dom-sub relationship that you have grown to know each other over time so you can understand what the limits of that person truly are. It is another thing entirely to have a new scene with a new person and have your alpha coax them into being quiet because they're screaming in pain. Now, we have seen what some of the girls that worked with Elliot has said about him. Let's see what Elliot has to say to defend himself.
Right now, verbatim, and I'm gonna look you dead in the fucking eyes. Every scene we have ever had has been consensual and negotiated prior to the scene.
Now that we're back on the topic of consent, I want to take a look at one of the consent videos that he happens to shoot with one of these girls prior to shooting the actual video or taking place in the BDSM act. And I will say that yes, she does say yes, that she agrees to it. However, he does not state his intentions, what they're going to be doing. So this leads me to think that she's not actually consenting to everything that's going to happen to her. She's just consenting to having the interaction in the first place. Again, no, at any point of the experiment, the whatever the fuck you want to call it, no means no, no means stop, especially when you get the safe word and the no. I'm 1000% sure that someone's going to chime in and say no doesn't always mean no. No means no, unless maybe you're in a sub-niche of BDSM called CNC, and then maybe no doesn't actually mean no, but that's something that you're going to discuss with your partner well in advance, because at some point people do get pushed to a limit, and it's not always easy to tell where that limit is. So again, safe word for a reason.
Real quick, so they can see this for the stream, and then I'll do it again on video. What are your safe words with me? I think we discussed this. Yes. And you are a clear-minded body.
Yep.
And you're consenting to the activities we're going to take place in tonight?
I'm consenting.
All right. And you know that at any point we can stop and you can withdraw said consent?
Sure.
Okay. She's like, I'm not going to.
I, for one, never wanted to be tied down. He knew that, but again, he does what he wants.
I was screaming and crying and convulsing.
Now, I have been diagnosed with bipolar type 1. I have been clinically diagnosed as insane. Therefore, you can call me crazy if any of those words sounded like consent. And if for some reason you're still on the fence about this whole consent thing, let's take a listen to what a girl named Candy had to say about a act that Elliot and his alpha performed on this girl, where she literally said no as he was begging for it.
Listen, bitch, if you're gonna say it with your fucking chest. That was like a whole, 3 minutes out of the whole, 3 days I was there? Because I was basically forced. Right before that scene, you grabbed my hand and basically tried to pull me on top of him to do it because I was talking, because I didn't want to do it. And then there was that one scene where I look uncomfortable, and he keeps trying to me, and I say no, so...
In the original video, you can see where he is begging for her to sleep with him, and she says no. People, guys, remember, coercion is not consent. Earlier in the video, you heard Crimson say that what Elliot likes to do is get information or dirt on these girls and threaten to go to the police and get them prosecuted if they don't comply. In my opinion, that's not all Elliot likes to do. In my opinion, he also likes to cyberbully people by reporting anyone who dissents against him or his authority. Not only that, if it's too far gone, he will threaten to sue you in court.
Lurkers out there, if one of my lurkers is the person I think it might be, hi there. Someone's going to get served with paperwork if they don't finally do the right thing, but I doubt they will, so that's okay. Because I finally have the stuff that I need that you cannot deny. You don't have a leg to stand on this time. And I will make sure that it is handled legally, the right way. And consequences come to those deserving.
Also, when he's not threatening to sue people, he's kind of threatening to end someone through self-defense, which if you intend to end someone through self-defense, I no longer think it's self-defense, and then it becomes premeditated. I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer. If you're a lawyer, let me know.
There's been a lot of false allegations, so here's the thing is we're going to go ahead and...
How's it false when it's on case?
We're going to go ahead and...
can't even show up to court.
We're going to go ahead and deal with this right now, as it should be, and make sure that this is handled. So, the Roaring 20s...
Failed business.
I'm sorry. People. You want to shut the fuck up for 5 goddamn minutes?
Don't you owe, like,
no, because here's the thing: is you want to talk over me instead of
Dude, you've been talking over everybody the whole time.
Yeah, because they're all full of shit.
Sick ass punk ass.
My sick ass punk ass. Fuck you.
What are you gonna do?
Hey, nothing. Because you're a piece of shit.
That's right. Because
all you fucking do is spread bullshit fucking rumors.
Out of
Go ahead. Put your fucking hands on me. Watch what happens.
No,
exactly. Because you're a piece of fucking shit. Now,
dude, you're just a little low life.
No, I'm not a fucking low life.
You know you can't do shit.
Fuck you.
Because I would beat your ass.
Fuck you.
Hear what?
Come near me.
What'd you do?
Yeah.
Dude, you know you're a little bitch. When we were down at the Roaring
That's cool, because this is all recorded, so see if ever comes near me, I can still carry so I can defend myself.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I could be. I could very well be. Threatening to use a concealed carry to defend yourself against someone before an incident has ever occurred shows intent. I might be crazy. I'm probably crazy. Don't sue me. Don't sue me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a legal person. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Hey guys, fourth wall break here. I just needed to take a second and address something. I referred to the victims of Elliot, or the alleged victims of Elliot, as women. Apparently not all of them were women. That was my fault. I was not aware. However, I just wanted to say if I misgendered you, I apologize. With that being said, we're going to wrap this video up right here. There is so much more to the story that I would like to go more in depth on and talk about when I actually have the equipment to do it. However, I felt like it was a needed cause that needed to be brought to the attention of a larger channel. Maybe we can get some other content creators looking into this. If you are a YouTuber and you want to talk about this, just shoot me a DM. I will be more than happy to give you the contacts to the people that I talk to about this. You can also find all of this information on the subreddit Pirate Watch, so head over there. There is a lot more information about this piece of shit, in my opinion. Piece of shit. So with all that being said, Elliot Winter, welcome to the fucking petting zoo.